Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Carrie Lee, and today we are doing a very simple mason jar buffalo chicken salad. And I've got everything pretty much prepped, and we've got our homemade ranch dressing, and I pretty much followed Kayla Chandler's Greek ranch dressing with a couple of tweaks. So what I'm going to do is link her recipe so that you can follow it. But you can put any dressing that you like. I also really like this with blue cheese dressing. It's super good with the Olive Garden dressing, so pretty much anything y'all like. And then I did roast off some chicken, and I roasted it with 3 chicken breasts, and I just did, your normal everyday chicken seasonings. So there's a little bit of salt and pepper, there's a little bit of marjoram and savory, and what else did I throw in there? Salt and pepper, sage, I think a little bit of thyme. Gosh, I don't even remember what I threw in there. Quick look. Let's see, I did savory, sage, tarragon, marjoram, and I think that was it. So you can throw on, pretty much whatever you want. And then, let's see. And then I just chopped up some of our eggs from our chickens. And then we've got some cherry tomatoes, and we've got some garden fresh cucumbers, and we got some bacon. And then for our buffalo chicken, all I did for this is just take 4 tablespoons of butter and 2/3 a cup of your very favorite buffalo sauce. Mix that together, and then I shredded up our chicken and mix that together. And then with our extra chicken, that's in the fridge for our dinner tonight, so then I don't have to worry about that. So that's all done. And then I'm just going to go ahead and assemble that. And what I'm finding is it's keeping my salad a whole lot fresher in these mason jars than leaving it in the bag, or even in the produce containers that are labeled for salad that you can leave in your fridge, and it's supposed to keep your salad a whole lot fresher. That's working better than leaving it in the bag. But pre-assembling the salads are even better, because I've got a meal ready to go, and I can just grab it, toss it in a bowl, and I got a high protein meal with lots of good fats, and it's just a really good, wholesome, this one's a calorie dense, protein heavy, yummy meal. And I mean, I got 4 of them out of this in no time at all, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's really quick and easy to make. So and with everything going on around the farm, this is something that I can just come in and grab, and it's no time for me to make, because with my knee out of commission, I got friends coming over that are working my stallion for me, and they're helping me with the baby horse. Because, the plan this year was I was supposed to break her. I was supposed to get my horse shown this year. And, Bunkin and Ace were supposed to be shown, and we were supposed to be hitting the shows this year with my friends. Well, with my torn meniscus, that obviously did not happen, because, the doctor said, no showing for me this year. Well, that kind of blew my plans just out of the water. And, I'm lucky enough that my friends stepped up to help me. So we at least get to do a fun show together at the end of the month, so I'm quite happy about that. So they're coming over. Actually, tomorrow they're coming over, so I think I might just take a couple of these jars and we're have some fun with that, and they got something to eat, and then we'll play with the kids tomorrow, and at least there's something fun for friends, and that we've got something fun to do while I'm gimping around on that. So, and then, it's amazing how much, whoops, I think I might have misguessed while I was dividing this dressing out with 4 here. Let me see if I can sort this out. And it's amazing when, you're not riding, how quickly one can pack some pounds on. So I've been deciding if I should, do some keto or if I should do paleo, because it's time for me to do my yearly physical. And I did my blood work last week, and my doctor's appointment is next week because I've got my physical therapy every week. And I'm going 3 times a week for my knee. Let me kind of see which one I overfilled. Oh, it's this one here. Um, and, not being able to ride and not being able to do a lot of things that my doctor said to wait until we get my knee sorted out. Those pounds are not, being real kind once you, kind of go past that thresh mark once you hit a certain age here. So, I've got to find a better way to, keep that weight off, because the boy is not going to be happy if he needs to haul me around at a much heavier weight. Because, he's still a young stallion. He's just turned 7 this year. No, I lied. He's just a 6-year-old. He's still a baby stallion. So, Mama needs to lighten up some weight. So if anybody has, done, both keto or the paleo diet, which ones do you like, or why? Or, if you've got any, kind of suggestions on what would be a good way to, maybe control things, because I don't really eat things out of packages. I'm more of a whole food kind of sort of gal, and we tend to cook from scratch, and, that's just kind of what we like around here. I'm more than willing to hear, what you guys are suggesting. Kind of leave a comment below, and I am all ears, because it's crazy with this summer, because I had hurt my knee this spring, and I had kept working him thinking, oh, it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And gosh darn it, if it did not get better. So, we did some x-rays, and everybody's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, there's nothing wrong with it. And then they sent me for physical therapy the first time, and she said, well, I think it's a meniscus tear. And that's when they ordered an MRI just to verify that, yes, in fact, it is a meniscus tear. So, that's what my physical therapist said, according to what your MRI says, yeah, you should not be doing anything with your ponies. You should not be leading anything that's the least bit spicy. You shouldn't be long lining, and you most definitely shouldn't be riding. So, because according to what it shows here, because I thought it was just, it didn't seem like it was, a bad tear from what they said. But whenever she looked at it, apparently it might have maybe been a little bit worse than what they were saying. So I tried to be a good patient and, do things a little bit better. So as I'm layering this together, what I'm kind of doing here is you put your dressing on the bottom, and then on top of your dressing, you want things that can handle dressing. So you want like your cucumbers, your tomatoes, anything that would absorb dressing and not get soggy. Cucumbers, tomatoes, chickpeas, that kind of sort of thing. And then you put your meats, and then that's on top of my meat is usually where I like to put my other protein things, like my eggs, my bacon. I think onions, I've had onions both above and below my meat, and that's been fine. And I actually like onion with the buffalo chicken. I just happen to not have any red onion in the house currently, so that's why I didn't put any in. But I think it's very good either way. So, so my doctor has me doing all sorts of, kind of cool, interesting little exercises to fix my knee. And, some of them seem to be working. Some of them, not so much. But, have any of you guys done PT that has helped your knees? Or I'm wearing a brace that seems to be helping sometimes, and sometimes it seems to hurt. And I can't quite pinpoint why it hurts sometimes. Do you guys have any experience in that, or any insight why a brace would hurt a meniscus tear sometimes and other times it doesn't? Because, this is the first time I've really jacked my knee up like this. I mean, I've jacked my knee up plenty of times, but, it's always been, riding related, or, a fall of some description. This is the first time I've injured it in this manner. It's always been, something that I could explicitly tell you that I've done something stupid and caused injury to myself. It's never been like this kind of injury. And then the last thing that we do is we just take our salad, and I like romaine. I think that holds up really well, but I don't have any romaine left in the house. I've eaten that already. So I am just going to use this little Iceberg Classic Salad mix bag that I happen to have, and we are just going to stuff it full with this all the way to the top. And as far as the egg, I had chopped up enough egg to put in approximately 2 hard-boiled eggs for each jar in here. And for the bacon, I did 2 slices of bacon for each jar as well. And the chicken, I did approximately 1 pound of chicken. So that should give us approximately 4 ounces of the buffalo chicken per jar. And then with the 4 tablespoons of butter mixed in with the buffalo sauce, that's a tablespoon of butter. So there is a lot of protein in each one of these jars. And, there's a lot of calories living in this little jar. But there's also an awful lot of protein. So this should keep you really, really, really full for a good portion of the day. So if you are, doing intermittent fasting, this certainly will keep you nice and full and, get rid of that hunger that you are experiencing for that first meal of the day. Oh, that happened to be my young stallion that was saying hello to somebody out there, because he is right outside our kitchen door. So one of the girls must have been getting kind of close, or Papa must have been walking past him with something that he thought was mighty tasty. Good Lord, look at the mess I am making. So what other kinds of mason jar salads do you guys tend to like? Because I like, I've only done chicken ones so far. I really like my buffalo chicken. I like my Cobb salads. And I suppose in the way, this one's sort of a Cobb salad as well, because it's got the eggs, it's got some bacon, it's got tomatoes, it's got cucumber. I've done a Caesar salad, a chicken Caesar salad, and I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. think I can get this last, I'm going to see if I can get this last little bit in here so that we really don't have anything left over. Because whatever I've got left over is either going to go to the ponies or it's going to go to our chickens. So really there won't be anything left over at all. And I am finding that whatever we do have goes to our little tiny critters. So we really don't have anything that goes to waste. And what I like with these mason jars is our lettuce seems to go, or seems to stay fresher a whole lot longer. And the first time that I tried it, I didn't think that would be the case. And I was absolutely shocked at how yummy everything was, because I thought it might get a little bit like mushy or icky. And it really didn't. That was just amazing to me. Because, you know, whenever you put it together, you put them in other storage containers in your refrigerator, or even whenever you know, make it in the morning and you take it to lunch, it sometimes gets, I don't know, a little bit strange tasting. And because I poured the dressing higher on this one, I'm going to have to eat this one first, because with this dressing up here, it might make the salad taste a little bit funny. So I'll have to eat that one first. And I've only got 2 of these ball screw-on lids left. So I'm just going to use the regular canning lids for these other ones. And those work just as well as the fancy lids on keeping everything fresh. So if you don't have, you know, the fancy ones, these ones work just as well and keeping everything nice and fresh. So, you know, you don't have to worry about not having, you know, fancy things and, oh my gosh, I can't do it because, you know, I don't have fancy stuff. It's not going to keep things just as fresh. You know, it works just as well as all the fancy things. So what other kinds of mason jar things do you guys like to have in your house? You know, like I like the chicken Caesar salad. I like my buffalo chicken salad. I like Cobb salad. I like things that are like higher in protein. You know, because I've only done keto in my life. I've never done the paleo diet, but I think I would like to try that. But I've also heard that, you know, you're not supposed to have dairy on paleo. And I don't know if I can go without my dairy. That's going to be really rough for me. So those of you that have done that, how did you handle that, and how rough was that, and what did you do to substitute the dairy? Because I think that's going to be really, really hard for me. I just don't know if I can do that. So, you know, kind of let me know how you coped with that. And then my other question is, you know, like with your knee braces, I'm happy with the one that I'm using. It's specifically, it listed meniscus tear as one of the things that it's supposed to specifically help with. And it's all right. But my knee still is a little bit shaky on it, because I'm doing ionphoresis with Dex, is the treatment that my physical therapist is having me do 3 times a week. And that was going absolutely phenomenal back in June when I first started it. But then they had an issue with the machine and couldn't get parts. And then in between time, between when I first started it and when I started it again at the beginning of this month, we had issues with our truck that it ended up on a flatbed when we went to go get the stall fronts for the barn. And unfortunately, my dually had a minor, well, kind of a major minor issue. But luckily we have AAA, so they were able to tow us home and the trailer carrying our stall fronts. So I don't know what popped into my head. I just must have had a brain fart or something, that I thought that the dually, or the tow truck, couldn't fit through our 16-foot gate. So we have a gate that hooks in the middle and a gate on this side. So we had one gate open, and I decided to open up the second gate thinking it couldn't fit through the 16. And somehow that gate just popped off the other hinge, and in slow motion, the gate fell forward, and I'm pushing that gate forward as it's falling forward, and I'm falling with it. And when you're 5 foot tall, the pipes for a field gate land on your thigh, your knee, your shin, and your ankle as you're like falling forward in slow motion. And our truck guy was really quite nice. You know, he did ask if I was okay, as he then giggled when I said, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, I did get that on my dash cam for you. So, you know, after that particular tumble, now my knee is a little bit sore than it was, you know, beforehand. So luckily, I'm back in physical therapy. So hopefully my ionphoresis, you know, helps that knee again. And I'm sure losing some weight will help my knee dramatically as well. So I'm hoping my doctor can, you know, help me out with a diet plan or you know, something. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas with, you know, what would be better, if keto's better or if paleo's better. Because I did try Noom, and, you know, I don't know if because there's a lot of like packagey kind of sort of things, and I don't eat bread. I haven't eaten bread in, gosh, maybe a decade. There was a lot of packagey kind of sort of things in there that just didn't do well for me because I ended up gaining weight. So, you know, hopefully, you know, just kind of let me know what you guys think. And if there's anything you guys want to see on here, just let me know. And, you know, let's just kind of sit down, chit chat, and go from there. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you on our next video. And thanks.